Hello! So I am inspired by the artist Anna Serrano right now, and I am going to be creating some cardboard buildings or houses inspired by her artwork. So I've got some different materials here. I've got some paper, some cardboard I've already cut into rectangles. This one's already kind of a fun building shape. I've got scissors, I've got glue, tape, markers, paint, Sharpie, paintbrush. So a lot of different things. I'm going to show you some different ways that we can make some buildings. Okay, so for the first way, I'm going to start off real simple. And I'm going to work with this building here, which I did cut into, but that is okay. So I'm going to work on this side. And I'm actually going to think about some different doors and different buildings, and I'm going to be painting on this. So now I'm going to use a Sharpie so that you can see, but I recommend, of course, sketching this out. So I'm going to come up with kind of a fun door here, and I'm thinking maybe to have a little curved part at the top. Maybe this is a window. Now, I'm going to use a combination of things to paint this in, so I don't have to use all, or to color it in rather. So some of it I can paint, and then some of it I'm going to use something that would be easier for little details like color pencil or something like that. So now I want to come up with some different windows, and I think right here, maybe on this floor, they're actually going to have a little patio. Whoopsies. I'm not worried about everything being perfect. So I'm going to make a little patio here, and that's going to have some little lines here, a little railing, and then maybe they have some little trees. And I'm looking at, when I look at Anna Serrano's artwork, I see a lot of really nice detail, that she's made everything out of cardboard. Well, you know, I don't have an X-Acto knife or maybe some of the tools she uses, so I've got to simplify it a little bit more. So here's my little door, or maybe a big window like that. And then up here, I might do some more simple windows. I love working on cardboard and working with cardboard. I think it is super fun. And I like all the different things that you can do with cardboard. Like I said, I am not worried about this being perfect. I do like using a variety of window shapes. Like these windows might have little details on the bottom here. Maybe those are window boxes, and then there's flowers. I like drawing the actual frame. I think it makes it look more realistic. And going around like this, and then maybe this one is just simple little boxes. Maybe these have little curved parts at the top. Maybe you have awnings on something. Maybe here I have a little awning that keeps the rain off the people underneath here. And maybe like another kind of tree or something like that. Like that. And then maybe a little narrow window. Maybe that's got the little bottom part too. Maybe a little bit like this. Okay. And there's a little window panes on the inside. So there's my building drawing. Now you could also be doing this on paper. Like I said, I can use other materials to come in and color. My color pencils are actually showing up really well on my cardboard. I don't want my color pencil to be super sharp and press down too hard, because I could actually poke through that cardboard. And I'm really coloring carefully. I'm coloring nice, showing nice craftsmanship. And I would fill in this whole door, and I would continue on, and I would color the things that might, pardon me, be difficult to paint. So now I'm going to get out some colors, and I'm really liking this color today. So I'm going to pull this off. This is tempera paint, so it's washable. It's because it's not watercolor, I don't want my brush to be wet. If my brush is wet and I mix it with my tempera paint, then it is going to become watery and see-through, and that's not what I want for this. Now, if you want it to be see-through, more transparent, you could add a little water. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to start painting. Now, the reason I use tempera paint, one, it costs less than acrylic paint. And also it's more washable. So acrylic paint is more permanent. If I was going to paint something that was going to be outside, or if I'm doing a painting, I know I'm going to put up on the wall, maybe keep it for a really long time. And I know I'll be careful, I'll get acrylic. But I use tempera in the classroom. Okay, so I'm gonna go very carefully. Do you see how slow I go around my different shapes? And I'm not loading up my brush with a ton of paint. And then when I get this skinny area, I actually turn my brush and I can make a thinner line. And I keep it pretty upright like a telephone pole. I can go right around there. What's nice with the cardboard, it's thick, so I can go off the edge and not worry about getting it on the surface underneath. But if you are painting, it's nice to have a little paper underneath to keep everything safe. So I would keep painting and I would fill up this whole bit of cardboard. Now I will not continue that just to show you, but that's how I would keep going. And I like the fun color. It almost has a brick color. I wonder if it's done, when it's done, I could go back over it and make some little stone shapes. I think I'll do that. Let me put a little bit more paint here. Now I'm gonna let this dry and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make this stand up. You of course could lean it against something, but I'm gonna make this stand up. And I'm just gonna be using some other cardboard with that and some scissors. Get my little end here. It looks so nice on the cardboard and it'll be fun to color in all those other sections. Okay, so there's that piece. I'm gonna get my brush and some water. Make sure that's on. I don't need to spill paint, do I? So there's my building. We're gonna let that dry for a minute and come back to it. Now I'm gonna show you another way I can make sort of a 3D building if you don't have cardboard lying around, although you can use cardboard off of cereal boxes, granola bar boxes, oatmeal boxes, whatever kind of things you have around, or if you have any packages that came in the mail, that always works. But here I've got a pretty thick piece of paper. It's not as thin as copy paper. And I'm actually gonna fold the bottom straight across, giving myself maybe like 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna fold it in half this way. So I end up making 4 sections, but they're not all equal. Then I'm going to cut just this little line up to that center dot, that little fold. Boop, that's it. I'm not cutting anything off. Then this can actually fold over like so, and it becomes 3D. Now I don't want to glue or tape this quite yet because that would make it very difficult to draw and decorate on this. So now I'm actually going to come up with a fun, I'm going to use a pencil, a fun top to my building. So I think this top of the building is going to look like this because it's going to be 2 sides. It's going to be the same building, or I'm actually going to do where it's going to look like 2 next to it. So this one is going to go up like this. And there's my other building. So I'm going to very carefully, if you can see, I'm actually going to cut the sides first. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to cut along a line just the way it's drawn. You can go and do parts of it first. That was a lot simpler, wasn't it? And then this side, I'm going to cut those. And I'm actually going to come back to that and cut this line very carefully and around my curve. I definitely need to go slow. Taking a big bite, and my other hand is helping me steer. Boop. Definitely want to use pencils so you can erase any mistakes. Okay, so now I've got 2 fun tops to buildings, right? Look at that. Now I can start decorating inside my drawing here. So I'm gonna look at some more of her buildings to get some ideas here. And I'm gonna start, she's got kind of a fun door that I see. So I'm gonna start with a rectangular door. Now this is the bottom here, so you don't need to worry about drawing anything there. This is my little bottom. Now if you did, you could do it this way, and that could be, you could draw a little welcome mat, or you could draw things and it could be, or you could draw the inside of it, but I'm just gonna do it like this. So I'm seeing the outside of 2 buildings. And she has a fun door that she started with 2 lines intersecting like that. And then it's got a diamond. I wonder if it's like, some doors have wrought iron on them. So it kind of looks like that. And then they have lines coming down here. Very fun door, right? And then sort of a dark part here where it would open up. And then maybe a box planter. So I'm going to start with my rectangle and I'm going to go back back just a little bit to make it look a little 3D, and then I can have like little flowers in there and different things growing in my little box plant, and then maybe a fun little window here. So you're adding a lot of geometric shapes, right? Half circles, rectangles, squares, triangles, and it's just adding detail and adding more of them that makes it look really nice and detailed. So I might add something fun up here. So I would continue on. And if you want it to look like it's brick, I'm going to draw a line here that shows the difference between these two. If I want to add in some brick, I can just put stripes all the way across. Boop, boop, and I would jump over here. Boop, boop. And you want to draw your details first, right? So draw your windows and your doors. I haven't drawn everything on the bottom yet, or on the top, so I'm going to leave that. But then you just draw lines, doot, doot, and you skip. So if I'm right here, I'm going to skip. Jump over this line and draw a line. Jump over this line, draw a line. And then I do a line in between. Boop, boop. There we go. See how I skip? And then I do in between and skip. So there's some brick, and maybe there's just brick on the bottom, and then this is another material. Another way that you can also do that is, let's say I have a door here, and let's say I have some tall windows. You can imply that there's stone and brick, and imply means you're just doing a few so that people get the idea. Just like if I'm drawing a portrait of a person, I don't draw every strand of hair. I just draw a few, and it implies that they have that hair going all in that direction or that style. So for this, I'm just drawing some around here, and it's implying that it has stone on it, right? And then I can do, maybe these windows are a little bit different. They've got something on the outside here. And I can go in and I can color with whatever material I want. So I can go in and use markers, crayons, color pencils. And then when I'm all done drawing, coloring, then when I fold this over, watch what I do. I'm actually going to draw a line, if you can see right here, where the paper overlaps. And what that does, do you see how it's created a square? I know that in that square, that's where I'm going to put my glue, because then I don't glue too little and I don't glue too much. Snap the cap, always keep that glue lasting a long time. Then I slide it over there, press down firmly. I might even re-pinch my folds here. And then look, it's standing up on its own, and I have these cool buildings. However you want to draw them. You could represent buildings in your community or your neighborhood or your house. So let's go back real quick to my cardboard. Now this, I'm showing you a very simple way. If you want to get more complicated with your cardboard and you want to build more 3D structures like this, and you can use tape or glue, go for it. I'm going to show you this is pretty simple. So now I'm going to cut my little cardboard. And if you do have a hard time cutting the thick cardboard, then I recommend using the cereal boxes or something like that. They're thinner, but they're still pretty sturdy. So I'm just going to cut myself 2 small little rectangles, just like so. And then on the bottom, you can see most of this is dry. I'm going to do 2 little slots. I'm just cutting 2 little pieces. Did not cut anything off. And I may have to cut a tiny bit here. Let me cut this to be a little bit thick because I need that cardboard to fit in there. So you can see how I'm doing that. Okay. Boop. Now my little cardboard slides in like so. If I only had 1, it might wobble, so I did 2. And then, if you can tell, it stands up. You can make a whole city like this and overlap them and put a whole bunch like that. Isn't that cool? And you can make all different types of buildings. All right, I hope you enjoy making some 3D buildings inspired by Anna Serrano's sculptures. Good luck.